Okay, let's recap. Yesterday, this Bemis Whisper Quiet toilet backed up. That is quiet. Which prompted me to investigate this very drain, which was backed up, as you can imagine, with dirty brown water. Yuck. Now then, I'm not an experienced spluologist, and I'd rather not play with dirty brown water on a Saturday morning. So what did I do? I did what any red-blooded American would do. I went to the Yellow Book Yellow Pages, and as I was not personally injured, I went to the plumbing section. Dialing said phone, which in this case looked a little bit like a television remote, I called Roto Rooter and talked to Bruce. Is Bruce there? This is where the fun begins. That's when I met Ben, whose real name was Andy, and his backup, Josh, whose real name was Josh. These were Roto Rooter boys, and they were going to help me with my problem. They were going to help me with my sewage. Bless them. Andy was a no-nonsense kind of guy, and he introduced me to my outgoing drain. And he also introduced me to the old penny trick. He took me by the hand and he produced from his pocket a coin. He dropped it down the drain. We heard water. That's a problem. And by the way, he never gave me my money back. And I think he dropped 57 cents in there. For the next few hours, Ben, Andy, Josh, Josh and Josh did what they could do. They took their collective snakes and drilled some 200 feet into my yard. Racked with stress, I did the only thing I could think to do to help. I hit golf balls at them. Now, keep in mind, Andy had given me a quote. That quote was $250. Did I fail to mention that they were 3 hours late? Oh, look, there's crap on this ball. After 2 hours of probing into the very sphincter of my estate, Josh and Andy came back with some bad news. There was really little they could do. So I offered them a beverage, hoping that maybe I could buy myself a little discount. I assumed the position. I've never been a fan of the expression, "I'm not gonna lie to you." Usually when someone says that, they're about to lie to you. You see, after Handy Andy uttered the phrase, "I ain't gonna lie to you," he went on to tell me that the job was gonna cost just a little bit more than he first thought. A $200 estimate ballooned to a $701 bill, leaving me feeling like a chump, or in this case, a chimp. What is the point of an estimate in the first place?
So, where are we? Well, I spent over $1,000 this weekend, and the problem's not even solved. And there's some hint that I might have to spend even more. I'm not really happy, you see. So here are some suggestions. Number one, don't make fantasy quotes. Understand the scope of the job before you disclose an estimate to your customer. Otherwise, it's just make-believe, and that's really doing no one any favors. Two, don't make any false promises. If you say you're going to be there in an hour, be there in an hour, not in 3. 3, tell your technicians to avoid phrases like, "I don't want to lie to you." They're disingenuous. At the very best, you were inefficient. At the very worst, you were kind of corrupt and dishonest. Knock it off. And number 4, do you always have to make an enormous profit? I know this was a difficult job, but you're a national company. For the one tough job like this one that comes along, you must get 15 really easy ones. Why not cut me a break? There was no way I could have anticipated that roots the size of my thumb would grow into my drain and sewer pipe. Customers will appreciate you more if you're a good corporate citizen. and not always going for the big Benjamins. This was an unforeseen problem that will cost me hundreds, perhaps thousands of dollars. Don't forget, even your technician said this is considered an emergency. Why not do a good job at a low but fair profit and gain an advocate instead of an adversary? Because don't forget, some of your customers are just crazy. This has been my review. Would you like a beer?